What is this?
Who are you?
The International Manager of Mystery.
Who is the International Manager of Mystery?
It's me, Dodgy Gamer.
Oh, it's just you again.
Oh, George, I'm so fed up of you doing this.
Come on. Come back. It's all good. I am the International Manager of Mystery. I am a bona fide football manager. Look, I've got my B license and everything. Oh, wait, come back. Off to the Faroe Islands with you then. Yes, everybody, the wait is over. Finally, here I am, the International Manager of Mystery, of managing obscure nations, so you don't have to. And let's face it, folks, this is the A series on Football Manager across YouTube. You're not going to get these kind of quality video intros. You're not going to get this level of community. You're not going to get this level of production value anywhere else.
Dodgy, I'm sick of you doing stuff like this. It's got to stop. It has to stop. I'm not coming back.
Wait, mate, come back. Go on, back off to the Jupiler League for you. Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the channel. I am Dodgy Gamer, and I am the International Manager of Mystery. Well, I hope you liked that effort at an intro. It's maybe not on the level of your Loki Dokies or your Grey Hair Gamings, who you will have noticed, I'm sure, made a cameo there. But we're trying something different. So if you enjoyed that, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you come back for the hottest series in town. So first of all, a huge thank you, as I said, to Grey Hair Gaming and to Old Lady Plays, Ted Redwood Gaming, for giving up their time to help me recording a few lines of dialogue there, and I hope you appreciated the end product. So I'm here in Tonga at the Tropical Villa. This is where the Tongan FA have put me to start this save off. And this is the International Manager of Mystery Save. What's this all about? What is going on here? Well, I shall tell you. I've always had, when I say always, I mean, over the last several years, I've had this affinity for international management within the game. I know it's not always the most popular thing with a lot of players, but I enjoy it. Anyway, it kind of started back when I was on the SI forums. There was a challenge called Mad Worcester's International Challenge. You had to take a team ranked 150th or lower and try to just qualify for a tournament with them. And that really got me into managing these small nations. I took over Sierra Leone. We never got near a tournament, but it was fun at least trying to get there. I later ran a couple of threads on the official SI Games Football Manager career forums. Same thing, International Manager of Mystery, and I started out as small nations and tried to work my way up to the top. The most successful iteration, I started at New Caledonia, and by the end of the career, I managed England at the World Cup. We didn't manage to win the World Cup, but we had some success along the way with Haiti and Honduras, and it was a fun save. So the idea here is I've come to Tonga because at the start of the game, there are 6 teams, level ranked 205th, the lowest ranked teams in the world, and with Tonga being in Oceania, the lowest ranked confederation in the world, I thought this would be the perfect place to start. The idea is that we're just going to work our way through the teams. It'll be a bit of an international journeyman. Kyanite is also doing an international journeyman. His is slightly different. He's out to win all the continental competitions. Link to his channel, along with the people who helped me out with the intro video, down in the description if you want to check that out too. My aim here is just to work my way up the world rankings. I'm having a nice time on the Genshlerby save, but this is a nice quick second save to have because there's, quite often quite a gap between games. You can get through the games much more quickly. And my aim is not going to be to qualify for the World Cup with Tonga. No, my aim is just going to be to build my way up and try and move into a better job. Now, I've loaded up several leagues. I'm going to show those to you in a moment. What I've done is I've done a lot of testing with this. I've tested out different configurations and making sure that the added on files work. I've added in some extra international competitions that were downloadable from the Steam Workshop. And I've picked out some of the weakest teams in each continent and each region of the world, and I've activated their leagues, so we're going to have a supply of new gen players for them, and I want to work my way through some of the smaller nations. I'm not after a huge quick rise to managing Argentina or something like that. I want to go through some of those smaller teams and smaller competitions. The obscurer the better. So before we begin then, a brief overview of Tonga in the game as we begin. So we are ranked equal to 105th in the world, as I said. We're right down at the bottom. Country-wise, I mean, we've got a population of 106,000. It's decent, I suppose. We're obviously... the league, I've loaded the league. I'm going to talk about the leagues I've loaded in just a second. So we do have an active league here, and hopefully that's going to generate some players that I can keep using, because one weakness with managing small nations I've found in the past is after a few years the players start to retire and you just don't get the new gens to replace them. So I'm hoping by adding in this file, see the season's just kicked off, by adding in this file we're going to get these new gens coming through, and we'll at least have enough bodies to make up a squad. So let me just show you the nations I've loaded. Now there's quite a few nations in here, you'll see. What I did was I've used Klassen's files that you can get on the Steam Workshop. Now he went all out this year, released every country in the world as an updated league to add into the game. Unfortunately, he did not continue the updates after the patch, which I suppose is understandable because he spent a long time putting these out, and then a few weeks later for the winter transfer update patch to come out and ruin all the files. He didn't want to update them. Understandable. So I'm playing this not on the new update database, but I guess the database isn't that important at the moment, because by the time I get up to the big teams, and because we're focusing on international management, it's not going to matter too much about which players are where and so on. So I've added in loads of small countries. You can see here we've got Afghanistan, Andorra, Anguilla. What I did basically was I went through and I looked at the lower ranked teams in each region for big continents like Asia and Africa. I went by region because there are also regional cups which I've added to the game, which I'm going to show you in a minute. And I just chose 2 or 3 teams from each region that competed in a few different competitions and would give us a nice variety. Obviously, I'm not planning to manage all of these, but it would be nice to manage at least a few of them. I've put in Bahrain, the country where I currently live. I've put in places like Belize, Cambodia, Comoros, Djibouti, England, Belgium. I've put those in because they're countries that might generate players. Obviously, Belgium, you've got a lot of African players there. England, you'll get a lot of players who are eligible for Caribbean nations. France also, with the African players we're going to get coming through there. Italy, I figured as well. Get those big leagues in there. So I've also got Portugal, because obviously there's a lot of Portuguese-speaking countries around the world, and there might be players there coming through with second nationality. So quite a range of nations. I've also put in Switzerland for Liechtenstein, for Vaduz, to get some Liechtenstein players through. Yeah, I don't want to name all these one by one, but I will show you some of the extra competitions I've added in, if I bring those up. So we've got the Arab Nations Cup, that's been added into the game. So a lot of these are junior tournaments, under 20 or under 23s. I have in the past, when I've done this kind of save, found that those youth tournaments, the problem with those is if you go there and you do well, it kind of gives a bit of an over-the-top artificial boost to your reputation, and then you start getting offers from decent teams like, Croatia or Denmark or something like that, and I don't want that to happen. So probably not going to go into the youth teams, so the youth tournament so much. We've got Indian Ocean Island Games. That's another one that should be fun. The Pacific Mini Games is one that Tonga could compete in, and that's actually coming up at the end of 2017. So that's going to feature in the next episode. That'll be the opening rounds, whatever format that takes. We've also got, obviously, the ones that are already here, the World Cup and so on. And then on a continental level, Africa has these regional tournaments. I'll just bring those up for you. So we've added in the CESAFA Challenge Cup, which is like Eastern African nations. We've got the COSAFA Cup, which is the Southern African nations. We've got the CEDAW Cup, WAFU Nations Cup for the West African nations. So there's a lot of extra things in there for Africa once we get there. On the Asian side of things, it's very similar. Now, already hard-coded into the game, you've got like the Western and Eastern Asian Football Federation Championships, the Southern Asian Federation Championships. I've also added in the Central Asian Championship here, Gulf Cup of Nations. We've got a Hong Kong Macau tournament that comes in as well, and then various regional games. Lots of youth tournaments here, which, as I've said, I won't be too bothered about. But we've added in a lot of options here. We've got the Southeast Asian Suzuki Cup. There's lots of options here. Europe, there's not so much extra stuff in here. There is just we've got the Baltic Cup, so this has been added to the game. Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia having their own little mini tournament. So hopefully we'll get to manage those teams at one point. Moving on to North America, I mean, we've already got the Caribbean Cup and the Copa Centroamericano in the game. So apart from that, a couple of youth tournaments have been added. And Oceania, as I've already mentioned, we've got the Pacific Mini Games added in here now, as well as the OFC Nations Cup and Pacific Games, which are already in the original files. The difference between the Pacific Games and the Pacific Mini Games, as far as I can tell, is the Pacific Games is mainly for Oceanian teams, and it's a mix of FIFA members and non-FIFA members. The Pacific Mini Games also includes some members of the Asian Football Confederation who are on the Pacific coastline. South America, I didn't add any extra competitions in here, basically because there aren't any. And also, I'm not planning to go to South America. I haven't loaded any leagues from there, just because in the past when I've done international management in South America, it just gets a bit of a drag that, you know, you're playing the same opponents all the time with that lengthy World Cup qualifying and so on. So that's not a place that I'm actually looking to go to, unless it's to take over one of the big teams at the tail end of the save. I have put links to the Steam community where you can download Class N's files if you're interested in looking at something like this. Although, as I said, you'll have to make sure database-wise you don't select the latest 10.3 update or whatever it was, or 18.3, sorry. You have to make sure you don't select that because some of the leagues will not work with that new update. A veritable United Nations of flags here, as all around the world friendlies are being played. We are playing Samoa. So Samoa in a nice fetching blue kit. We are in the red national kit. We don't have any information, no scouting reports on the Samoans. I don't think I loaded the Samoan League. I think as far as Oceania goes, I also put in Fiji and the Solomon Islands. So perhaps Samoa don't even have any real players in their squad. So tactically, yeah, I'm kind of doing it on the fly a bit here, just going with the best positions for the players I've got available. So now there's a big red mark in the middle here. I'm going for counter-attacking, so we've got a bit of a defensive setup, and then I'm looking for clearing the ball to the flanks, and then some pacey wingers to whip the ball in, and hopefully this shadow striker moving into the box is going to get something for us. I don't know how well it's going to do. It could be awful. We'll find out. I just realised that when I see this screen on the Breaking the Big Three series, I always say, great, my opponents have left the gap in the middle. Well, I've lined up like this. Today, the boot's on the other foot. Let's see what happens. I've told them to go out there and enjoy themselves. Not much of a reaction from the team, so I'll back that up with get out there and make a difference. Okay, obviously we need to work on developing a bit of rapport with this team. Tunnel interview out of the way, and the teams come out for this international. Large stadium, but looks like... Have Samoa got a stadium ban or something? Nobody's there. I'm getting crowd sounds in my ear, but not seeing any crowd at all. Okay, so Tonga are in the red. I have to remember that so I don't start cheering when Samoa score. Not much going on here. Both teams have had a chance. Okay, we're not seeing any of this at the moment. This is, you know, the basement of world football. Samoa, I checked before starting recording, they're ranked 183rd, so a whopping 22 places above us in the rankings. We've got a corner here. Let's see what we can do with this. Okay, he's done something. Samoa failed to clear it. Oh, some nice play, but slightly overhit that pass, and now Samoa have got the chance for the counter-attack. Oh, and they've got way too much space on this left flank, and the guy's just run it out. He's whipped in the cross. Goalkeeper kind of flapped at it a bit, and we've given away a penalty. Come on, boys, not like this. You've got to keep your concentration up a bit more than that. I'll tell them that while we wait for the penalty to be taken. And the goalkeeper kind of forgot what goalkeepers are supposed to do, I guess. This is what we're going to have to get used to, I think, at this level of football. All right, so we had an attacking play, I suppose, with that corner. Although it does say we've had 2 shots on target, so we're containing Samoa at least, a side well above us in the world rankings. Okay, so we're coming up for half time now, and not much going on. Not much going on. Most of my attacking players are on 6.3s. Obviously, the player who gave away the penalty is on a 5.8. Yeah, I don't want to be too harsh on a player if if they've given away a penalty. It's just one thing in the match, but the in-game ratings seem to slaughter them for it. Okay then, I've stressed out a couple of players, but I'm just going to have to tell them to buck their ideas up. Not that happy with your performance, and I'll tell this guy. Well, this guy's been alright, actually. Okay. Anyway, let's start the second half. I'm not making any subs just yet. I know in friendlies I get a whole waft of subs I can make. Let's wait until Samoa tire out a bit. So, Samoa with the goal kick, which means we must have had an attacking play at least. Okay, we've got the ball, and, ooh, lovely crossfield ball, but to no one in particular. Samoa now launching one. Oh, and the guy just let it go. Ooh, and he had a bit of a scramble to get that one. This is the level of football we're playing at the moment. But okay, it's Tonga's ball again. And launched a long one forward. And yes! Our first ever goal. It's Tuanaholu. Tuanaholu has scored on his debut. Fantastic stuff. That's what we were looking for in this second half. And that's the way I've set it up. We've got the defence. They just cut out central midfield, launch it forward. And there we go. We're back in this. We're punching above our weight here already, people. Okay, come on. Let's see what we can do from here. We've got to concentrate. I'm going to start making subs here. I can see Samoa had a similar idea. So let's bring on this guy on the right wing. Our right winger was playing okay, but, you know, we'll just experiment a bit. And I'm just going to replace both the wingers. Let's get some pacey guys out there. Okay, he's good for that. He's okay. He'll do. I'll leave the striker on for now because he's just scored a fantastic goal. I'm going to bring on the 44-year-old. Why not? Because the younger guy is on a 6.3, so let's get rid of him. And I'm going to swap out the... I'm going to take off the right back because he hasn't recovered from that mistake and swap him over there. Friendly substitutions always take a long time. There'll be a few more in a moment, but here we go. Samoa with a chance to retake the lead. Let's not give it to them. All right, good tackle, good tackle. We got the ball off him nicely. And here we come down the wing. One of the subs. He's not very fast. It's kind of a bit gingerly making his way forward there. But okay, maybe he's just nervous playing on such a big stage. But it's come back to Samoa now on the other flank. Deep cross and, ooh, spectacular catch from the keeper. And the highlight continues. Samoa win the ball back straight away. And it looks like they're going to get another chance, and they've scored. It's Fuamano. Okay. He's given them the 2-1 lead. I don't think we're playing badly, though. I think we're doing okay. I'm just going to make some changes at the back. Let's take that defender off. He's only on a 6.2. And I'm going to swap over one of my defensive midfielders because they seem to have knackered themselves out considerably. Back to the game then. Maybe we can get something here if we can steal the ball off them, but no, Samoa have managed to bring it up into our half. Though I didn't see any Tongan players near him there. And are they going to slice through our defence here? Quite possibly. Come on, boys, get the ball off him. 3 men near the guy on the ball, and nobody made a challenge. Okay, we're going to have to work on this a lot. I'm not sure how, seeing as we're the national team and I'm only going to see them once every couple of months. But, all right, get the ball off him. Oh, it's a kind of save. I'm not sure the keeper knew much about that. I think it just hit him on the shoulder and bounced out. Samoa get the corner. Okay, good. And we get the chance to break. Go on, son. Gently jog down the wing. That's what you're doing. Gently jog down the wing. Whipping across. Oh, he got a free kick. He drew the foul. Good stuff. Now let's whip one in here. The highlight continues. Are we going to get the equaliser? Oh, where was the guy in that space? No one was there. And now this guy's taken all the time in the world, and he's lost the ball. Fantastic. All right, I'm not... should I make some tactical tweaks? I think, you know, we can take this game. I'm going to switch. I'm going to make it a bit more attacking. We're going to go a bit more fluid. Let's pause the game while we're doing that. I'm going to push these guys up. So this is more like one of the formations we use. Oh, okay, he doesn't like that much, but tough. He'll just have to manage. Okay, mate, we're going to put you on attack, an attacking central midfielder. We'll keep you as a ball-winning midfielder on defend. And you, my son, you can be an attacking advanced playmaker, and you can go into the poacher role. Okay, we're going to make these guys a bit more attacking in the fullback roles, and we'll just change a few. We're already on clear ball to the flanks. We're going to hit early crosses, and we're going to go for floaty ones now. Be a bit more expressive, more direct passing. Route 1, why not? Route 1. Let's see what that does for us. Come on, let's fight. Let's fight for a draw, some pride in this Battle of the Pacific Islands. Okay, nothing's happening since my tactical changes. Okay, we're into stoppage time. Still nothing happening. Come on, guys. And this is going to be the final whistle, isn't it? Okay, well, at least we didn't get pasted. It was a fairly even game, considering we were the away team. I think we did okay there. So I'm going to tell the team, you gave it your best effort. And, well, that is that for the first episode. The next match is just tomorrow, actually, against Tuvalu, but they are a non-FIFA member, so there's not too much importance attached to that. We've got these 2 friendlies, New Caledonia and Fiji, coming up. These were all arranged before I took over. What we are going to come back for, I'll just show you the competitions we've got coming up. The Pacific mini-games, which I assume we're part of. I hope we are, anyway. That's the draw for that's in November. The competition starts in December, so hopefully we're going to be a part of that, and we'll have some tournament football for you coming up in episode 2. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you like the intro, if you like the whole concept of this save, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss an episode. Drop me a comment, tell me what you think about all of this, if you think this is going to be a fun save, or you think I'm off my rocker, or both. You know, just let me know. But for now, I'm Dodgy Gamer. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.